fucking cool. Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And welcome to the first video of 2022, guys. It is episode 17 of Coffee and Toys. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. And if you do enjoy this video or any other content that I put out, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It's free and easy for you to do, and it really helps the channel grow. So with all that out of the way, guys, once again, welcome to the first video of 2022. Man, it feels good to be back, guys. I took a bit of a week off just to kind of relax and not catch any, little burnout and whatnot, I was getting really behind on stuff, leading up to the end of the year, especially with all the delays basically just coming in at the end of the year, so I got a little overwhelmed, a little overswamped, so I decided to take the last week off, and it was well worth it and well needed because I was rested, I've recovered, and I am ready to come back and make some great content for you guys. And as you guys can see here on the table, I have plenty of stuff to make some great content for you guys for 2022, so I'm super excited about that. But before we get into this week's haul, or last week's haul, or technically it'd be this week's haul because I did do a Coffee and Toys. I just took the week off, so this week's haul. But before we get into that, I do want to touch upon what is the future of CoolFigurez 2022. I kind of touched upon this last podcast, but you get new viewers every podcast and whatnot, and sometimes old viewers don't see old episodes and whatnot, so I'll go ahead and just restate it here. In the future for 2022, or I guess now in the present, now that this is technically 2022, I'm looking to give you guys obviously the same great content that I was giving you in 2021, toy reviews, behind the scenes toy photography, obviously the weekly Sunday toy podcast, but also more great stuff. I want to do more comparison videos, more top 10 stuff. I also want to do a weekly live on Instagram where it's basically just going to be Coffee and Toys live, and I want to have a guest host. And when I don't have a guest host, I still want to go live, and I still want to go on and communicate with you guys and interact with you. So I'm really looking forward to those lives in 2022. I already have a few guests lined up, so let me go ahead and pull my schedule right here, because I do have a little bit of a schedule going on. So for the first live Coffee and Toys, we will have the amazing Jason B. Michael to join us and talk some Mezco Toys, some toy photography, and so much more. The second week, on January 12th, I am looking to have Sleeping Collectibles, should his schedule allow for it, on the show, so looking forward to that as well. And on 1/19, the third week of January, that third Wednesday, I'm looking to have Paige once again on the show, so he's scheduled for that Wednesday. And I do have a few other tentative ones in the work, not quite for sure yet, so once I do confirm everything with those, I will announce those. But those are the first at least 3 weeks of January, so I'm super excited and super hyped for those. Super excited to talk with each of them and see what they're looking forward to in 2022, and what their plans are for collecting in 2022. As I feel like collecting is going to change in 2022. We're really going to have to start picking and choosing what we want to get, and that kind of still connects into the future of the CoolFigurez channel. So going into 2022, guys, I'm going to have to be a little more specific on what I pick up. I'm going to want to pick up a lot of stuff, don't get me wrong, but the way things are going, prices and stuff and values, they're really not matching up, and that's where I start to look at things and go, you know what, I might have to step away from certain things, not everything. So I'm looking more in 2022 to put my money towards figures that actually warrant the money. So unlike Hasbro, where they're starting to give us higher prices for Black Series and ultimately the same that they were giving to us when they were at a lower cost, I may have to step out of Black Series and really just have to cherry pick, what figures I buy. I was already cherry picking them. I've never really bought full waves of the Black Series line, but now I'm really gonna have to cherry pick and then really like look at that bucket of cherries and be like, you know what, this one looks like shit, this one looks like shit, but you know what, this one looks like a good cherry. So going into 2022, that may not just be my own mentality, but a lot of collectors' mentality because of the way things are going in terms of prices. And me, I just see the value in putting money towards more expensive figures at this point, because they come with more, and you're getting more for your money in this point. Yes, you're paying more, but you're also getting more, and that's what I love about Mezco. Yes, it's a premium product. Yes, you're paying a premium price, but they're never slacking in the accessories and stuff. Even with this Moshquatch, which we'll look into, even though he technically doesn't come with accessories for himself, he does come with accessories. And that's the thing about Mezco, is they always try to give you that little bit extra for your money. And so that's why Mezco is one of my favorite toy companies out there. And, I absolutely love them. And even though they make you wait for a product, in my opinion, it is definitely worth the wait. But yeah, guys, so in 2022, reviews may not be as frequent and as many throughout the week, depending on what I pick and choose. Who knows? I'm saying this now, knowing me, I'm probably gonna have a full week of reviews going up all the way leading up to April. So that's just the way I do things, though. But I'm looking to hopefully really pull back on certain things. Like I said, really put my money towards more items that I see are worth the money that we're putting in, because Hasbro is just really just turning me off from the Black Series. Like I said, with their price hikes, their lack of accessories, their lack of updating things. They want to give us a deluxe Boba Fett that's not really deluxe, all sorts of stuff like that. So, let me know in the comments below if you're having the same thoughts and feelings about toys and toy collecting in 2022, because I feel like a lot of collectors are. It's really starting to become an issue having to, follow all these lines. Not only that, but like so many toy lines are doing similar toy lines. So you have NECA and Super 7 and Playmates all doing the Ninja Turtles. So you have all these companies doing the same property. You have Hasbro, Diamond Select doing Marvel and Star Wars figures now. So, it's just all over the place now. So if you want to complete one franchise or one certain thing, it's kind of like you're having to branch out now. So it is what it is, but that's why I personally pick and choose, and I just don't complete lines because it's just an impossible task. But that's just my opinion, guys. So in 2022, I think things are going to change. Like I said, people are going to have to be more picky about what they pick up, because prices are going up, and I don't see a lot of the figures giving us a reason to go up in value. Like I said, the Black Series, like maybe if they gave us a few more accessories, that'd be cool. Maybe some soft good stuff. But I don't see that happening. I mean, it's coming from the same team that gave us the fucking Rancor, guys. So it is what it is, it is Hasbro. So anyways, guys, that's just my thoughts on the future of toy collecting, but also the future of the CoolFigurez channel, just so you guys are aware. But we will still continue to have this weekly Toy News Toy Talk podcast, and we will have the weekly Coffee and Toys live on Instagram, which I believe most of those will be cut into the end portion of the podcast. So even if you don't follow me on Instagram, I don't know why you aren't. If you want to see some really cool toy photography, you definitely should be following me over on Instagram at CoolFigurez, and also Epic Shots by CoolFigurez, because I have another announcement to make after this. But yeah, guys, if you don't follow me there, and if you guys just want to check it out here, I will definitely be putting it at the end of the podcast. So yeah, I just alluded that I do have another announcement to make, and that is that I have decided to collaborate and partner up with 97 Parsecs. He's a toy photographer from the UK, and he's someone I've looked up to since I started my toy photography journey. And he, I believe, is just a photographer in general, and he's taken those skills and moved it into toy photography, which is why his stuff just looks out of this world amazing. Whereas me, I've been a self-taught training and just using my own iPhone, not even a DSLR. So his shots always come out super crisp, super clean. He knows how to utilize lighting so well, and also just angles and posing and all this other stuff. So someone I look up to, and someone that I am happy to announce that I will be collaborating every Monday with a Halo shot. I believe we decided to start it on January 17th. We should have our first collaborate Halo shot up for you guys. And the reason I said you guys should be following me over on Instagram at Epic Shots by CoolFigurez, because that is my dedicated toy photography page where I post my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics. And that's where I will be posting my weekly Halo pics where I collaborate with him. So if you guys want to be able to see those, go ahead and follow me over on Instagram at Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. So with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and get on into this week's toy haul? Because as you guys can see, it was definitely a good week, as it should have been. It was Christmas. So, you know, we should have gotten some good stuff. So, yeah, guys, as you guys can see, I know I don't have my skulls and my 5 points Gomez here, but I figured the boxes that some of these figures came in would be cool enough to utilize to block off and cover up my ugly stand for this episode. So I don't even know where to get started. I guess we should get started with the Christmas gifts first, and then I guess self-bought Christmas gifts after that. So first off, I want to say thank you so much to my amazing girlfriend, because not only did she still get me a few things on this table, but she also got me a trip to Maui. So shout out to her. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that, and I am definitely looking forward to that trip. So definitely looking forward to revisiting that black sand beach with some more toys and stuff. I'm thinking probably Halo this time. Kind of on a Halo kick right now, if you can't tell with this guy. But yeah, I'm thinking probably my World of Halo figures, since they're 3.75 inch scale, should be easy to transport. And maybe 1 or 2 Star Wars figures. I don't know yet. We'll see when we get there. But she also got me a few other things. Actually, I did forget to put 2 things on this table, probably because it's so bombarded. And guys, believe it or not, this isn't even it, because while I was setting up, I got not just 1, but 2 deliveries. So one is a Swamp Thing from Mcfarland Toys, and the reason I kept it in package in the box is because apparently there's a rumor that 50-50 is the chance that you get either the platinum unpainted version or the regular painted version. I'm hoping for the painted version. I do not want the platinum unpainted version. If I wanted an unpainted figure, I don't know why I would want an unpainted figure. That's just the stupidest thing ever. But that's just my opinion, guys. Obviously, if you guys like the platinum unpainted versions, that's totally you. Maybe you guys are customizers, you guys like that stuff. I have expressed thoroughly in the past that I have no artistic ability, so giving me an unpainted figure is like giving somebody that doesn't know how to use a hammer and a nail a hammer and a nail. So but I also got in another figure that I bought on impulse after seeing something, which we will definitely get into, because I think it's time. I think it's been long enough, but we'll talk about that in a sec. So aside from that, like I said, she did give me 2 other things that are not on this table, and that is some 1/12 scale clothes for my Holiday Gomez and Cousin Eddie. So they have now transformed into what I dub Street Eddie and Vacation Gomez. You guys will see them here next week on the Coffee and Toys podcast, because like I said, I think it was the fact that there was just so much stuff here that I was just like, I can't fit it. I was barely able to fit everything on this table, which is another reason why I didn't put the 5 points here, because, you know, all this stuff. So I'll show them off for you guys next week. But if you guys want to see them earlier than Sunday, check out the live on Wednesday with Jason B. Michael, because that's where I'll be showing them off for the first time anywhere. I told him I'd show him my versions, because he himself got a change of clothes for Cousin Eddie. So I want to show him what I did with my Gomez and my Eddie. So yeah, guys, super excited about that. So if you guys want to see that early, check out my live Coffee and Toys on Wednesday. And I don't think we've solidified a time yet, so just stay tuned to my Instagram. I will post a time when we've decided a time. I'll get back to him this weekend about that. So aside from the 1/12 collective clothing, she also got me this 3D printed 1/12 scale gym rack. So it was essentially a squat rack. If you guys didn't see that, I did get the new Fortnite Mousicles figure that comes with the barbell and everything, and I do have my friend Robert painting it up to look like a real, you know, barbell and stuff, and a real bench, because it was actually like, I think, gold and brown or tan or something like that. So I did want this, because then I could put the bar on here and I could put the bench under here, and it's just a really cool gym setup. As you probably can guess in my name, the Buff Collector, I am a fitness fanatic. I am a personal trainer and I'm also a amateur bodybuilder. So having this stuff for my toys is going to be awesome because now I can have Batman pumping some iron, or maybe even Gomez or the Black Skulls. Who knows? We're going to have some fun with this. But she also got me one other thing, which is this amazing Diamond Select Spider-Man versus Green Goblin. So, I mean, obviously Goblin's not here, but you can see the pumpkin bombs. And the really cool thing about this one is that it can be mounted on the wall, which I have actually already done. So, super cool. Not only is it a really cool piece, but it's also a space saver since it can be mounted on the wall. So thank you so much to my amazing girlfriend for those gifts. Once again, especially for that trip to Maui, I am definitely looking forward to that. Alright guys, so moving on to the next set of gifts. Let me go ahead and decide. Alright, so why don't we go ahead and go with this guy right here. So, alright, so I gotta shout out my mom for this one. Thank you so much for this amazing Christmas gift. She got me the Diamond Select Stormtrooper. I've been wanting this guy since he was released and announced, and she managed to get me him because she and my sister go to Disneyland all the time, and she was able to get him. So thank you so much to her. Definitely been wanting to collect all the Diamond Select Star Wars figures because they're just really cool. Now the articulation isn't the greatest on them, I'll admit. They're no Black Series. However, for the scale and the detail, I do really enjoy them. So thank you so much to her for that. And I like that I've continued a tradition of being able to open a new toy from her every year. You know, it just kind of just gives me back memories of being a kid and just, you know, always opening up a toy and stuff. So it's always a nice warm feeling when that happens, and we've been able to continue that tradition for a few years now, so it's pretty nice. So moving on to the next set of gifts, I do have two Star Wars figures right here, and I do want to shout out and thank my cousin Jacob for them. Thank you so much for these. You did give me a Power of the Force Han Solo and Carbonite block in the back, as well as a super battle droid from the prequels, guys. So super cool. I am going to open this up. This was intended to be the unboxing for this episode. However, we got two other things here that need to be unboxed from their box before they're unboxed. So we're going to have like a triple unboxing, but we're really only going to unbox this. Now I've said unboxing so many times, you don't even know what unboxing means. So unbox. So anyways, guys, this guy is actually going to stay in the package because I don't really display my Power of the Force figures. I keep them all in their package and whatnot, the ones I do have. So this guy's going to stay in its package. Really cool, though. I really do like it and I appreciate it. So once again, thank you so much to my cousin Jacob for these amazing Star Wars figures right here. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, guys, that basically wraps up the gifts that I got for Christmas. So why don't we go ahead and move on to the gifts that I guess I got myself for Christmas. But when don't toy collectors get themselves gifts? It doesn't even have to be Christmas. It could just be a Tuesday. So let's go ahead and start off with this right here because as I stated in my top 10 when I put the Marvel Legends zombie cap in it, I don't collect Marvel Legends, but I am a sucker for oversized figures, if you can't tell. You know, right here on the table, I have a whole shelf dedicated to basically just heavy hitters, basically just oversized figures. You know, I have my Dark Side from Mcfarland Toys, I have my Steppenwolf, my Dark Father, I have a Diamond Select or Marvel Select Hulk, I have the Spawn Violator up there, you know, I have Bane. You know, it's basically just like oversized figures, my heavy hitters. I really should have Super Shredder up there, but he's over on my Ninja Turtle shelf. That's the thing about collecting multiple things that kind of crisscross lines. You don't really know where you have to put them at times. You know, especially when those Power Ranger Ninja Turtle figures come out. I really don't know if I want to put them in my Power Ranger display or my Ninja Turtle display. I mean, my Power Ranger display has more space, but that's only because they don't have all the teams out that I like yet. So for the time being, there's more space. However, my Ninja Turtle display has no space, but I would love to be able to put those turtles there, but it's a conundrum all collectors face, isn't it? But anyways, guys, yeah, we're talking about this guy right here, the Hydra Stomper, and this guy is definitely cool, and honestly, I'm super happy I picked him up because not only can I use him by himself and whatnot for some cool toy photography, but I can pair him up with this chief right here that I just recently picked up off of OfferUp. So this is the 1000 Toys Master Chief right here. He retails for $124. I was able to pick him up off of OfferUp for $1. So that was a definite steal. The guy is also a toy photographer, so I will link his Instagram right here. I cannot remember his exact Instagram, so I don't want to butcher it. I don't want to say it wrong, so I'll just go ahead and leave it right here for you guys. But shout out to him and thank you so much. I really do appreciate hooking it up on this guy. He has quickly become my favorite figure. This guy is just super cool, from the articulation, the way the plates on the armor move so that you can make him articulate better. You just place the knee plate back and it fits better, and it's just, this figure has just been blowing my mind. I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to take so many more photos of it. And I'm going to get a chance to, because like I said, I have teamed up with 97 Parsecs. Once again, I will leave his Instagram right here down below, because I probably am butchering his Instagram name as well. But I have partnered up with him to release a Halo shot every Monday over on Epic Shots by Instagram and his Instagram as well. But he is located in the UK, like I said, so he will be posting 8 a.m. his time, and then I will be posting 8 a.m. my time when I get up. But yeah, guys, so I did pick this guy up on OfferUp. Always check OfferUp. They always have some really good deals, guys. So next up, we're going to go ahead and take a look at what else? Mezco Toys, the last Mezco pickup of the year. This guy did manage to make it in before 2022, so he is the last pickup of the year, and he was released in 2021 as well. Now, when this guy came out, I have to admit, I was like, this is a hard pass. Why would I ever in a million years want this figure? And then Christmas came around, and we got Holiday Gomez and Cousin Eddie, and I was in the Christmas spirit, and I was like, I really wish I had a Grinch 1/12 collective figure, or just 1/12 figure, and I thought Mosquatch would have been the perfect figure to stand in for the Grinch. And obviously he came in too late, but Christmas comes around every year, so I can definitely utilize him for those pictures next year. But aside from that, what was I just fucking saying about Hydra Stomper? I am a sucker for oversized large figures, and this guy definitely falls under that category, and he is hefty. He definitely has some weight to him, and as I have stated multiple times here on the CoolFigurez channel, green is my favorite color, so why the fuck not? And so I was able to pick him up for $75 off of not OfferUp, but eBay this time. So super happy. Obviously his articulation isn't the best, but for what I want to use him, it'll work. Like I said, for a Grinch stand-in, as well as a alien that could potentially go up against Master Chief right here. You know, he can do a lot of stuff. So really looking forward to taking pics of him and utilize him in some toy photography. In the review pics that I took of him, he's actually a really good figure, so he photographed really well. So like I said, super excited. And like I said, even when there aren't any accessories or extra hands or heads that come included in the box with these guys, Mezco does go above and beyond to try to give you guys something more for that extra cash that you're spending on Mezco figures. And so they did include this Hazard Squad, or I'm sorry, well yeah, it is still Hazard Squad Gold Commander Gomez pack, but it can be utilized even with the regular Hazard Squad Commander Gomez, which comes with a, you know, I guess Mosquatch killing gun, some rope, and a net, and a nice little canvas pack to hold everything together. So that's super cool that they decided to include that with him, because like I said, he himself has no other accessories, no extra hands, no alternate heads, which would have been nice to come with at least, you know, 2 fisted hands and an alternate head where he's growling, and, you know, you can see like his teeth and mouth are all open, and, you know, it looks like he's ready to chomp down on you. But it is what it is. I'm still super happy with what it is and what I can do with it. So yeah, guys, moving on to the final present, I guess, that we can say that I bought for myself, and that is right here, of course, the Beast Kingdom 1/9 scale Joker. So this is obviously from The Dark Knight, from Heath Ledger's portrayal as the Clown Prince of Crime. So, oh, hold on. Let me put Batman behind him real quick. So yeah, guys, this was a figure that I've been anticipating for a long time. Beast Kingdom has announced them for a while now, and it is their exclusive of 2021, and so it was set to release in October. However, due to shipping delays and everything else, I believe it was released around November-ish, early December-ish. No, I think it was November because I saw somebody on YouTube with a video, utilized it in a video, so I knew it was out. And that's when I looked and it was like, oh yeah, it's up for order now, not pre-order. So yeah, I definitely wanted this guy. The Dark Knight is my absolute favorite Batman film. And talking about Batman, guys, we will talk about that Batman trailer. But as much hype as I have for that new Batman movie, guys, I don't think any Batman film will ever replace the Dark Knight's place. I mean, Heath Ledger, Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan, they just gave us something that cannot be repeated. It was lightning in a bottle, really. And they tried to with The Dark Knight Rises, and obviously it was a good film. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad film. A lot of people say it's a bad film, but it's not a bad film. It's just not The Dark Knight. I mean, how do you follow up one of the greatest films of all time? Like, anything after that is just going to be a letdown, especially considering that we had the, horrible loss of Heath Ledger, prior to even The Dark Knight releasing. Maybe if The Dark Knight Rises had Heath Ledger in it, it could have stood a chance against The Dark Knight and maybe given it something that, The Dark Knight didn't have, and maybe it would have surpassed The Dark Knight. But the fact that they caught lightning in a bottle and they didn't have just one of those factors to catch that lightning again, it just didn't line up. So, like I said, it's not a bad movie. I still enjoy The Dark Knight Rises, but you put on The Dark Knight anytime, I'll put on The Dark Knight anytime, and I'll enjoy it like it's the first time I fucking saw it. I still get chills hearing that final monologue that Gordon is saying to his son when Batman's running after they killed Harvey Dent and stuff. And it's just like, it gives me chills. Sometimes when I'm on prep and I'm on my bike and I'm really pushing and I'm tired, I'll throw that on there and it pushes me and motivates me, to show what he goes through and what he's become. He's not the hero that Gotham needs, but he's the one that they deserve. So, it's just that movie, guys. That movie touches me and gets me every fucking time. So I don't think any Batman movie will ever top that for me. And that's why I had to get this guy. Obviously, one of the greatest movie scenes in general, just right here, the interrogation scene. It wasn't even acting because Heath Ledger literally told Christian Bale to punch him. Christian Bale was literally punching and throwing Heath Ledger around. And if that doesn't say commitment to a craft, I don't know what does. And just thinking about the commitment to that scene and to that role is bringing chills to my spine because I absolutely love it. So yeah, I definitely had to pick him up. But aside from all that, besides that, I still am super hyped for that new Batman movie, guys. I mean, we should have had it already. And unfortunately, due to everything that happened, we are getting it now in March. I was going to say June, but thankfully it's only 3 months away. And not even that far away, and kind of not even 3 months because it's at the very first week of March. So it's more like 2 months, guys. So super close, super hyped for it. I love how they've maybe finally gotten the formula down, at least outside of the Christopher Nolan verse. I feel like, in a sense, that Christopher Nolan really fucked up Hollywood by making the amazing Batman trilogy that he did, because after that, everybody wanted to do that. Everybody was like, we need to do this. We need to do it this way because he was so successful. And, he was just so successful that he fucked up Hollywood after that because Hollywood just wanted to be Christopher Nolan after that. And obviously they couldn't be. So thank you, Christopher Nolan, for that. But that's just my opinion. But obviously it's, one of those opinions that it's like, well, it came from something great. He made a great Batman trilogy, and it wasn't even his fault that Hollywood decided to follow in his footsteps and try to mimic him and copy him. It's just what Hollywood does. So, yeah, but it looks like they finally got it down for Batman. It looks like a good, dark and gritty, Christopher Nolan-esque Batman film with a dash of the Tim Burton verse, the Gotham that they're building, the characters. I'm seriously looking forward to it. The new Batmobile. I had my doubts. I'll be honest. I had my doubts, especially when they announced Robert Pattinson as the Batman. I was like, really? The fucking vampire that sparkles in Twilight? But the trailers have definitely changed my mind. And then I was a little worrisome too when I heard that he wasn't training for the role and he was all oh, well, James Dean would have done this shit. Well, James Dean never fucking played Batman, you bitch. So get the fuck back in the gym, get the fuck back on the juice, and get the fuck back on track. So that's the end of it. You know what you signed up for. You literally signed a contract when you signed up for this fucking movie. The fact that you're coming out with all this bullshit after the fact is just BS. So I'll put up with it for this movie because it's year 2 of Batman. So obviously he's not going to be prime. He's not going to be all buffed up. But come, the Batman 2 and 3, you better have put on some significant fucking size, because now you're getting into Batman Prime years, and he was a decent sized fucking vigilante at that point. So I'll put up with it for this film, but after this, we're gonna have our issues if this continues. But that's just me. But anyways, besides those little gripes, I am super hyped because I do like the new Batsuit. I do love the new Batmobile. I love their interpretation of the Riddler. Even though a lot of people say that Jim Carrey's was too Jokerish and stuff, it wasn't. Because if you go back and watch the 1966 Batman TV series, you will see the Riddler acts the way the Joker, or not the Joker, but he acts the way Jim Carrey acts in Batman Forever. He's wacky and wild and stuff, whereas the Joker's more chaotic and stuff. And that's, I think, where it gets mixed up, especially in that universe, in the Tim Burton verse of the Batman films. If you look back at Jack Nicholson's portrayal as the Joker, he's not a wacky and wild Joker like, Heath Ledger was. Heath Ledger was a little wacky and wild, but more from like sadistic and chaotic sense of point of view, whereas Jack Nicholson's was more of a calm demeanor, more methodic, and yeah, he had his little senses of outbursts and stuff, but for the most part he was kind of calm, cool, and collect and methodical and stuff, so in that verse he wasn't a quirky and wild character, so it made sense for Jim Carrey to play the Riddler as that universe's wacky and quirky villain, and I think what was his name? Tommy Lee Jones's portrayal of Two-Face was pretty decent. A lot of people give him slack about it and hate on it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Me personally, I absolutely love Batman Forever. That was the Batman I grew up with. So Val Kilmer was my Batman. Obviously, I had, the Michael Keaton ones before that, but I just always loved that movie. I think it was just, like I said, my favorite color was green. The Riddler was in it. It was a lot of green in that film, and it was very comic booky. And, a lot of people say, well, it was a step down. It's like, it was kind of made and aimed more towards kids versus the Tim Burton films. And yes, I'll give it that, but it was more comic booky, which is what appealed to me as a kid and what still appeals to me now when I watch it. I'm like, you know what? It's like reading a fucking comic book. You can't look at it like it's a fucking Christopher Nolan. See, once again, Christopher Nolan skewed the view of not only Hollywood but of viewers, because he made such a great portrayal of Batman that people are looking at previous Batman that came before him and were like, that's not good. And it's like, well, they couldn't have known what was to come, so you have to look at it in the lens of, this came out in 1997, 96, so it didn't come out, post Christopher Nolan trilogy. So I take it as I'm watching a comic book movie unfold on the TV. So I thoroughly enjoy Batman Forever, but yeah, I am definitely looking forward to this new Batman film. It looks gritty. It looks like we're finally going to get that detective aspect of Batman as well. So super happy about that. So yeah, with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and move on into the unboxings for this week. I know I usually save the unboxings for the end, so we were going to do that. But why don't we unbox the boxes first? So why don't we go ahead and do the small one first. So this one I did buy on an impulse, I'll admit, but it was a good impulse. It was an impulse based off a recent movie that just came out that was too good for me not to have a figure from. So I ultimately had to go and get it. And if you guys are looking for this figure, check HasbroPulse.com, because on Amazon and eBay, it's all third-party bullshit prices. So if you want it for regular retail, check Hasbro Pulse, because I don't think you're going to find these in store right now. But it was a buy based off a recent film I did see that we all saw, I guess, based off the numbers. But of course, you by now know what I'm talking about, and it is the Marvel Legends No Way Home integrated Spider-Man. So after seeing that film, I knew I had to get this figure. So if you guys have not seen Spider-Man, guys, spoilers, we are going to talk some Spider-Man right now. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and I feel like now is a good time, but I've also heard that a lot of showings are still sold out. So if you have not seen Spider-Man, if you have to just click off this episode, just, that's fine. But we're definitely going to talk some Spider-Man spoilers, so stay tuned for that, guys. So yeah, as soon as I saw that, I definitely had to pick this guy up because I still have my Tobey Maguire Spider-Man figure from back in the day, believe it or not. And so I definitely want to do some toy photography with this guy and that guy. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick up an Andrew Garfield one because I feel like that one's going to be outrageously priced right now because the Tobey Maguire ones are, due to the movie and their appearance in the movie. So yeah, super hyped to do that. I'm really hoping they release a second Spider-Man wave where they release, the villains, Toby and Andrew. So I'm really hoping and praying, but we'll see. I don't know if they do that. But I guess we'll see. I do want to talk some Spider-Man, guys, so stay with me here. As much as I love that movie, it does have a few issues that I have gripes with, and I do want to outline them first. They are very, very minor. I want to put forth, they are very, very, very minor gripes. Overall, I still give the movie a 10 out of 10. I laughed. I cried. I almost fucking passed out when Toby came out. Not even a joke. Like, literally, I just saw Toby's face and that was it. Everything else around it was black. But there's a few things that I had a gripe with. So let's get into it. Why don't we? So the first major gripe that I had with the movie, like I said, minor, even though I say major, is the freeway fight scene when Goblin first shows up. Or should I say lack a freeway fight scene when Goblin first shows up. And that's where it really starts with me. I'm just like, I wish they would have got down. I wish we'd have seen that version of the Goblin in force, just pounding Spider-Man. And he throws him, and that's when Doctor Strange just, gets him into the Sanctum Sanctorum and stuff like that. But I wish they would have thrown some hands first before he would have just kind of just brought him in. My second minor little gripe is that they destroyed the Goblin Mask way too soon. I personally always love that mask. I don't know why people hated on it. I mean, obviously it doesn't look like the traditional Green Goblin mask, but I've always enjoyed it, and it's always been one of my favorites. So the fact that they destroyed it so early on, maybe if Spider-Man would have, hit his helmet a few times when they got down on the freeway, smashed it, that he had to just, leave it, just smash to pieces, then yes, I would have been like, okay, even though it's early on in the movie, it makes sense. Him smashing it himself, I was a little just like, oh, like, damn, like, really, that's the end of it. Okay, I guess. So, like I said, little gripe number 2. My third minor gripe is Aunt May's death. Now, I don't care that she gave the line of great power comes great responsibility. I don't care about any of that. My issue is with the fact that she was walking around after she got impaled and then pumpkin bombed. And don't tell me, oh, well, she just got whacked. No, I looked up the scene on YouTube. I slowed it down. There are fucking blades on the end of the glider. She gets impaled and then pumpkin bombed. She should be on the ground, almost dead, barely being able to say, with great power comes great responsibility. But no, she's walking around telling Peter she's cool. She walks a bit and then she collapses. I'm sorry, but that's just... I know it's a comic book movie and all that stuff, but it's like, it kind of takes away from Spider-Man's abilities if Aunt May, a regular person, can essentially somewhat survive all of that trauma. I mean, a normal person wouldn't be able to survive that trauma. Just the shockwave of the pumpkin bomb alone should kill a regular person. Let alone, getting impaled by a fucking glider going, 80 miles an hour? So that was my gripe with that scene. Like I said, I don't care that she's the one that delivered the line. I don't care, blah, blah, blah. I just care about the way they handled her death. It was just kind of like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, it kind of took away the emotion from me because it's like, well, she was walking around. Like, I don't know. I cried more when Toby got stabbed. I'll be honest. So the fourth minor thing that I do have against this movie is that there was never a Toby versus Green Goblin rematch. I would have really wanted to see that, during that big battle. I really wish they would have gone down, even if it was just for 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds. Toby jumps onto the glider, throws hands with the goblin real quick, tells him, Norman, please, we're trying to help you, blah, 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 pa, pa, pa. And Norman just punches the shit out of him and throws him off the glider. And then that could have been it. That would have been enough for me, but we didn't. So that has to go on to my list of gripes. And the fifth and final gripe that I do have with the movie is that they totally nerfed the Green Goblin at the end of the film. I understand Peter had rage and all this other stuff, but the way they portrayed the Goblin in the early part of the film, throwing him through floors in the building, they really nerfed him. Like, he should have got a few good hits in on Spider-Man. Once again, it's not like, well, it's the end, blah, blah, blah. It's the fact that it takes away from the emotion. And that's the thing that makes the Tobey Maguire film so great, is that we see him take a fucking beating. And not only do we see him take the beating, he shows it. He's bloody, he's cut up, his costume's torn, but he prevails. And that's what makes him a great hero. And that's what appeals to everybody. Whereas here, I feel like he just beats the shit out of Goblin. I feel like Goblin should have got a few good hits in on him. Sliced him up with one of those pumpkin razor grenade things once or twice, give him a few slashes, and then Tom gets the upper hand and just beats on him, and then that would have made more sense in my opinion. But other than that, guys, really those were my only real gripes. Okay, I guess an honorable mention for a gripe was when they made fun of Doc Ock's name, when he was like, oh, what's your name? And he's like, Dr. Otto Octavius, and they started laughing. I was just kind of like, that's kind of like a cheap joke. Like, I don't know. It just felt so forced. And so that was just an honorable mention, but very minor. Obviously, just a throwaway joke, can make or break a film. But yeah, those were just my minor gripes with the film. But I have way too many great things to say about the film to list in this video, or we'd be talking for about 2 hours just on what I love about the film. So the things I did absolutely love is that they did bring in, obviously, Toby and Andrew. I went into the film, oddly enough, like MJ was stating at the beginning, expecting disappointment, because then I wouldn't be disappointed. I was like, there's no way in hell Toby and Andrew are in this film. There's no way in hell. No. It's never going to happen. And so that's why when it did happen, I nearly fucking passed out, because my expectations were down to fucking here. I was like, there's no way in hell they're going to show up. And when they showed up, I was just like, well, fuck me, So anyways, it was definitely a welcome surprise and a great one. And honestly, although the movie did have its issues story-wise and a few things here and there, I still give it a 10 out of 10, because like I said, it made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me almost pass out, it made me feel. It did everything that a great movie should. It took me out of this world and put me into the world of Spider-Man, and you can't ask anything more from a movie. So, super awesome movie. I absolutely loved it. I cannot wait to get it on Blu-ray. And apparently, obviously, as everybody's heard by now, we have another 3 movies with Tom Holland. So, looking forward to that, definitely. And one part of the movie that I do want to especially highlight, that did make me, I gotta admit, I bawled like a motherfucker in the theaters when this happened. When Tobey Maguire was talking to Andrew Garfield about finding somebody and making it work, and it's complicated, but they're making it work. I teared up because I thought of him and MJ back in their universe with the little kid running around and stuff. So in my opinion, that was the best scene in terms of nostalgia wise. Obviously there were so many great scenes in terms of battles and everything, but in terms of nostalgia, that really hit me in the heart, and it really hit me in the feels, and I was just like, ooh, they made it work. So yeah, guys, enough Spider-Man talk. We do have one other package right here to open up. Like I said, it is the Mcfarland Swamp Thing, which is why this box is so big. So why don't we go ahead and open this thing up. So go ahead and move my arm over here so I don't spill my coffee, because we have too much good stuff on the table right now for that to happen. So you know what, why don't I just move it over this way, because I know my dumbass is going to end up spilling it somehow. So let's go ahead and flip this over. Slice the other side. Nice. The front. All right, guys. 50-50. Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think I'm going to get? Do you think I'm going to get the platinum version or the regular version? Because like I said, I do not want the platinum version. Ooh, okay. The back doesn't say anything because it's just the back. All the backs are all the same. Oh, moment of truth, guys. Moment of truth. Let me know down in the comments below. Platinum or regular? Platinum or regular? 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the fucking regular one! Fuck yeah! Oh yeah, guys. No platinum, no black and white. Awesome. Don't have to deal with no fucking returns. And as you guys can see, it is another oversized figure. If I cannot state it enough, I absolutely love oversized figures. And this one doesn't even fit on the table at the moment. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and move that over to that side. But with that being said, that basically wraps up this week's toy haul and deliveries, I guess. And also everything else I wanted to touch upon. You know, the future of the CoolFigurez channel, the new Batman trailer and movie, Spider-Man, a lot of great stuff to come in 2022, guys. Super excited, super hyped about it. But there was some last minute news in 2021, so why don't we go ahead and get on into that, because it of course isn't going to apply till 2022 anyways. Mcfarland Toys did have some last 2021 reveals to be had in the form of their Clayface as well as their Titan Joker. I am super hyped about that Titan Joker because when the original one was released alongside with the game, I was not collecting, so I was not able to acquire that guy, and he goes for a lot of money on the aftermarket. So super hyped about that one. And if this Swamp Thing is any indication of the size, I mean, look at this thing. Let me go ahead and pull him back. Look at this thing. It is fucking huge, guys. This thing is thick and massive. I thought there was something else in that box with him, and there wasn't. It's just this thing. So if this is any indication, I think he's honestly bigger than their Darkseid guys. Honestly, he looks a little beefier than Darkseid. So if that thing's any indication, I'm super hyped for that Titan Joker. But they did also have a whole wave reveal in the form of the Endless Winter. So it is going to be another Build-A-Figure wave, with the Frost King being the Build-A-Figure. And I have absolutely no idea what the fuck the storyline is about or anything to do with it. So I have no information on that. However, you will get a Batman, a Green Lantern, a Wonder Woman, and a Black Adam. I am a huge Batman fan, as you guys know. This looks like one of the shittiest Batman in existence, right alongside with George Clooney's Batman. That's just my opinion. So as you guys can probably tell, I am not going to be picking up this Batman. It is an easy pass for me. It's just Todd's just reaching at this point. He's just, how many more Batman can I get? I mean, and I love Batman, but I mean, I recently had to move my Batman shelf to another shelf because it got so large. But I mean, how many Batman can we get? I mean, there were those rumors we were gonna get the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin line, so I'm still open to new Batman, but not so much this one. This Endless Winter one kind of looks a little shitty in my opinion. But anyways, guys, that is all the Mcfarland news for 2021. So why don't we go ahead and end things off from Mezco Toys next. They had one last pre-order to give us before the end of 2021, and that is the pre-order for the Silent Hill 2 Pyramid Head figure. Now, I myself have never played these games, so I have no interest in this, but it still looks like a really cool figure, and it comes with some really cool accessories that we haven't gotten in the past, like these really cool blood effects. I'm really glad and happy that Mezco's doing those now, because maybe they'll throw some in with the Gomez's, you know, or the Rumble Society figures here and there, you know. Usually that's how it goes, you know. A property will utilize a series of accessories and they'll trickle down to the Rumble Society figures. So I'm really hoping that we get some blood effects later on in 2022 in the Rumble Society figures, since not only this one but also the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is also going to be coming in with those blood effects. So since those licenses are paying for the tooling, why not go ahead and utilize them also for Rumble Society? But yeah, that wraps up the Mezco news for 2021, guys. And Jazzwares has one last thing to announce before the end of 2021, of course, and that is their Xbox Gear Shop exclusive World of Halo Master Chief and Pilot 2-pack. Now, this is their World of Halo scale. These figures have been released previously separately, but in this 2-pack you also get a code for a special charm to put on your weapon. So yeah, so the last bit of news that we have, obviously it's the last week of 2021, so there's not going to be a shit ton of news. Even though I said watch there be a shit ton of news, there really wasn't. There was barely a trickle bit of news, which is why the beginning of this show was so long, because we're already done with the news at this point, so I had to give you guys some kind of filler, right? But anyways, the last bit of news that I have for you guys does come in the form of Black Series. Now, I know we were talking some mad shit about Hasbro and Black Series just not too long ago, maybe what, 20-30 minutes ago, but they did announce that they are going to be releasing a Black Series Darth Vader helmet. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the same one as this one. Now, I don't even know if you guys can see this because of all this stuff here, but let me see. I don't know if it's going to be the same as this one, or if, like my friend Robert said, if it's going to be like a special battle damaged one. And if they do, I'm going to have to get that one. It's just the way it is. But the other helmet that they did announce that I'm going to have to fucking get 10 of is a new Black Series Clone Trooper helmet. And it looks like we're going to be getting the Phase 1 Trooper helmet, guys. My absolute favorite phase of Clone Trooper armor is Phase 1. So I absolutely cannot wait till that gets released. And like I said, I'm going to need 10 because I want one white one. I want 9 other ones to customize and do all sorts of great shit with them. So super hyped on that. Set to release August 2022. I don't know when the Vader helmet's supposed to release, but I'm sure it'll coincide with the release of the Kenobi series. I'm sure when that's coming out, they'll show stuff off for that, and I'm sure that helmet will be part of that. So yeah, guys, that essentially wraps up the news for 2021. So yeah, guys, it is now officially 2022. It is a new year. Hopefully new toys that come out are going to be great. Hopefully old toys that we were promised in 2021 come out and are great. I'm still looking for that damn Batman Year 2 statue figure by Mcfarland Toys. So still wanting that, still looking out for that. It should be finally hitting Target stores now, but we'll see, we'll find out. But before we end this show, why don't we go ahead and do this week's unboxing. So once again, shout out and thank you to my cousin Jacob for this week's unboxing, which is a Attack of the Clones super battle droid with exploding battle damage. Super cool. I can definitely use this in my Star Wars toy photography, place him in the background, place him in the foreground, do different stuff, and he'll definitely come in handy. So why don't we go ahead and rip this guy open. Man, this packaging just brings back memories. I literally feel like a kid again just ripping this packaging open because, wow, what was I, like 5 or 6 when this movie came out? Oh, no way. It comes with a little backdrop. Oh shit, that's fucking cool. I didn't know that. That's fucking cool. Alright. Oh, I guess there goes the battle damage. Oh, so it all comes apart. Nice. Let's go ahead and pull this all out so we can build him, or build what we can of him, because the other part kind of went flying. So let's go here, and then always. Oh wait, I think then we need to put his arms in first. There we go. Super Battle Droid, all put together, ready to be disassembled. So, that's pretty cool. It comes with a rocket and everything. It's pretty cool. Oh shit, that actually got some distance. Don't make toys like that anymore. So how does he... No way, watch. That's fucking cool. All right, thank you so much once again to my cousin Jacob for that amazing Star Wars toy. I will definitely be using it in my toy photography for my future Star Wars toy photography stuff. So, and he even comes with a little blast battle damage. So I'd show you where to put it, but I think the torso went that way. So yeah, guys, super excited for the future of CoolFigurez in 2022. I hope you guys are too. Thank you for each and every single one of you that supported me in 2021, that have hit that subscribe button, that have hit that like button, that have left a comment. I do appreciate each and every single one of you. Like I always say, I never know how to end these things. I always just ramble on and ramble on. Drink coffee, ramble on. But yeah, guys, like I said, thank you so much for an amazing 2021. Like I said in my previous podcast, I started 2021 with barely 100 subscribers, and I came into 2022 with 540 subscribers or so, somewhere around there. So thank you so much. Once again, join me every Wednesday on Instagram at CoolFigurez for my coffee and toys live show. Once again, the first episode will air this Wednesday, January 6th, or I'm sorry, is it 6th or 5th? January 5th with Jason B. Michael. Once again, I'll leave his Instagram right here. And January 12th, potentially with Sleeping Collectibles, given his schedule allows it. And January 19th with, once again, the Toy Page. So yeah, guys, super excited about all of that and everything to come in 2022, especially my trip to Maui. I definitely will be taking some toys, and who knows, maybe I'll do a live show from there for the fuck of it. But yeah, guys, with that being said, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really do appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector, and have a great fucking day. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of any figures I do reviews on for this channel, go ahead and check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all my unboxings. And join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to this channel sponsor, Vader Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. Vader Store. Check them out, guys.